Hey everybody, I hope you can hear me. Sorry about the technical problems. YouTube was being kind of difficult to deal with, and then my microphone started acting up. So it took several restarts from my computer to get everything straightened out. So if we need to do another time, we can do that. Or I have plenty of time now to, as promised, answer any questions that you might have about jump rope, the fasting, anything like that, because I really want to give back and I thank you for subscribing to the channel and for being so loyal and for always tuning into the videos and everything like that. I really appreciate it. So if you have a question, just type it in the live chat box to the right. I'll either type out the answer or I will answer it verbally through the microphone. So go for it. I'll be around here in my office. You can ask me anything about jump rope, fasting, how I film my YouTube videos, the gear that I have, anything like that. So go for it. Joshua, thanks for tuning in. Let's see. Hi, I know you recommend the cross rope, but I decided to buy the Elite SRS instead because it made more sense to buy that one first if I like it. And didn't like it, then buy the cross rope. Yeah, that's a good strategy because the cross rope is a pretty expensive jump rope. I mean, I think if you get both of them, it's like 200 something dollars. That's a lot of money, especially because most people, when they think of jump rope, they think of something that is cheaper, that they don't have to spend a lot of money on. And I can definitely understand that because when I first saw the price of the cross rope, I was thinking to myself, oh, wow, that is expensive for a jump rope. And so I tried cheaper ropes out first. So I think that's a great strategy, especially if you like, or if you really like the Elite SRS. Yeah, I would say keep practicing with that. And whenever you're ready, whenever you feel like you want to make jump rope a major part of your routine, then try the cross rope. But I think now that Crossrope is selling just the light handles, the get lean handles, and they are selling just the quarter-pound rope. I think it's around 60 or $70 right now. So that would, I mean, that's a pretty good price. You don't have to commit and pay the 100 or the 200. So that's definitely an option if you're thinking about doing the crossrope, but you're not really ready to commit that much money. I think they have a starter set now available on Amazon and on their website. So check that out if you haven't heard of that yet. But I think your strategy is spot on, though. The most important thing is just continuing to jump. That's the main thing. You want to jump as much as you can without getting injured. And the more you jump, the better you get at it and the more fun it is. That's what I found in the beginning. So but yeah, like I was saying earlier, your strategy's spot on. If you like the Elite SRS, go with that. And then if you want to spend more money later on, go for it. So just keep getting after it, keep doing good things with it. Yeah, so I see there's 6 people out there online. If you have a question, you can go ahead and type it. It should be down there in the bottom right of your screen. There's a chat box. You can go ahead and type your question in there, or type your comment in there. And as soon as I see it, I'll answer it for you. Is this one mine right here? I feel completely, this is a good question. I feel completely content with one rope, but will there come a time when I should try to have multiple ropes? Right now, my ropes get tired with just a regular rope after one of the workouts. That is a good question. Hmm. It really just depends on what you want to do. The reason why I have so many ropes is because I I like to do a bunch of different things with it. But the thing is the rope that you have, the Elite SRS, you can do basically everything with that rope. The cross rope, I have that because I want to do the weighted workouts. So I would say that if you want to get the crossover, you want to get a weighted rope, that'd be a good reason to get another rope. But if your goal is to improve your cardio and maintain your cardio and just stay lean, I think that just having one rope is fine. The rope that you have, I don't think that's a problem at all. But I'd say the different dimensions of jump rope are, you have the tricks and the freestyle, the working out, and the weighted ropes. So the workout ones are the short handle ones that I use in the video. Sometimes the short handle 5 millimeter PVC ropes, and then the one that you have, the Elite SRS, that's a 4 millimeter freestyle rope. And that rope is probably, the freestyle rope is probably the most versatile out of all of them. So you may not need to buy another rope at one point. I'd say at any point, but I'd say that the minute that it starts to become easier for you and your arms don't get tired anymore, you may want to think about getting a rope with some weight on it. Maybe a cross rope, or maybe a rope that weighs maybe a half pound. So I think that would be my answer to that one. Is it just depends on what you want to do. But for you, if you want to build a little bit of muscle, I think that getting the cross rope, maybe the starter set, like I was talking about earlier, would be a good idea. But that's a great question, though. And sometimes you want to have multiple ropes because you like the feel of the different ropes. And I'd say getting the feel of the different ropes is good, because what I have is, I mean, I have a bunch of short handle ropes and a bunch of long handle ropes. So trying to maintain proficiency with both is a reason why I have so many ropes as well, because the long handle rope is a freestyle rope with with a lighter cord, and so that's going to take a little bit more coordination to use than the longer handle 5 millimeter PVC rope. And with the cross rope, you'd build muscle mostly here in the shoulders because of your activating your shoulders, your biceps, all that. That's where you would build the muscle. But if you got the get lean set, you wouldn't have muscles bulging out or anything like that. It would be more lean muscle. And I can send you the link to that if you'd like. Robert, Robert, thanks for your support. Yeah, you've been one of the guys from the beginning. I appreciate it. Any tips on stretching, especially on the calf area? Do you use a foam roller? Yeah, foam roller is probably the best way. 1 second. Foam roller. I think that foam roller is the best thing to do. For your calves and your ankles, there's two things. There's the foam roller. You can also, okay, the foam roller, sorry, I lost my train of thought. The foam roller is the key. And I have a lot of those exercises at the end of the live workouts, but maybe in the future, I can do a short video on the foam roller exercises I use. There's mainly 3 foam roller exercises I use, and one of them is for the calves. So I'll show you that. I don't have my foam roller in here right now, but another thing that you can do that'll help, I'll put my down here, is calf raises. Calf raises are going to help strengthen your calves, and they're going to make your calves more resistant to becoming sore. So calf raises and the foam roller stretches targeting your calves will definitely help. Yes, and Mom, I will also send you a link to the short handle rope. That's my mom on here. My mom is over 60 and does the workouts every day. I'm very proud of her. She's gotten much better with her jump rope, and she sends me videos every day, or not every day, but she sends me videos whenever she learns a new trick. And she keeps me inspired to keep coming out here and doing the workouts and all that. So thanks, Mom. I appreciate you tuning in. Yeah, the calves. Now, if your calves are always sore, then you may want to see about how you're jumping. I would try to stay on the balls of your feet as much as you possibly can, because that's gonna alleviate a lot of the impact going to the calves, I believe. But the foam roller stretch, I owe a video. I'll do a short video on that, because I just got a new camera that helps with filming a lot more, and I just filmed a new video with this camera, a new review with this camera. So I think that having a GoPro is going to help get those hard shots, those action shots in there. So we'll get a foam roller stretch video here in the next couple weeks or so. Foam rolling is really, really important. It's like getting a massage almost, and that's what keeps me in the game. I've been having some sciatic nerve. I think it's just from getting older, but about a year and a half ago, I started having some sciatic nerve issues. Nothing terrible, but enough to annoy me. And I was also commuting a lot back and forth before we moved down here closer to base. So the foam roller is going to alleviate the pain and is going to keep you fresh. Hey, Tina from Kansas City, thank you for tuning in. Feel free to ask a question there in the live chat if you have any questions about anything jump rope, nutrition, or intermittent fasting related. But thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it. Yeah, Robert, you're exactly right. It could be because you're jumping on a non-neutral surface as well. So that's a good point. What you really want to you really either want to get a mat or you want to jump on a gym floor. And I know that's tough to do right now because of the COVID-19 crisis. But try to find something. Try to find something that you can jump on that's not going to absorb all the impact like concrete. Jumping on concrete, a lot of people do it. I would say you don't want to do that very often because I mean the impact of jumping on the concrete is going to be tough on your joints over time. The key with jump rope, the best thing I think about jump rope is that you can do it for a long period of time. You can do it when you're older. If you've been doing it for years, it's an exercise that's sustainable. Unlike running, I mean, there's some people that are running marathons into their 70s, and that's really great. But I would say that there's more people that are able to jump rope into their 70s and 80s that have been doing it for 20 or 30 years before that. I mean, if you look at a video of Buddy Lee, I think he's like 62 and he can still move like he is in his 20s. It's amazing. But that's because jump rope is such a sustainable exercise and he's been doing it for a long time. I'd venture to say that if he was going to try to run the way that he jumps rope, he probably wouldn't be able to do it. So, but the key is to be sustainable when you jump and to jump on surfaces like gym floors and gym mats and things like that are going to be easier on your joints. Yep. Yeah, exactly. 58 jumping without any problems. Exactly. That's why jump rope is such a great exercise because it's just as effective as running in my book and it's much easier on your joints. The input the inputs aren't as high as running, but the outputs are about the same. The results can be roughly the same. So from a cardiovascular and health benefits standpoint. Yeah, Robert. So I can give away my age here. I'm 33. I'm about to turn 34 in a couple weeks. So yeah, you definitely start feeling it as I think around the time I turned 29 is when I started to kind of understand that I was getting a little older and that I wasn't able to recover as quickly. But it's fine. I mean, you can get older, but you can get better. I think it's really just a mindset. You just keep going out there, keep exercising, and do your best. I think that it was the writer Max Ehrman, that says something like gracefully surrender the things of your youth and then look forward to the future. So nothing wrong with getting older. It happens to everybody. You just have to make adjustments, small adjustments, and continue to keep your health and fitness on the forefront of your mind. Yeah, the mobile the mobile mural. Yeah, that's good. I don't know. I'm not very good at painting or anything like that. So might have to get some kind of commission that logo being painted or something like that. But yeah, that is actually a pretty good idea, James. I appreciate that. And see if we can try to do that and get the backdrop with the logo. Yeah, better. Yeah, yeah. Not too old. I don't think it's too old, but the whole jump rope veteran. It just came to my mind one day. I think that it was probably the best name because it's twofold. Because I still am in the military, and I have deployed a few times. So technically, that's the definition of a veteran, and because at this point, I've been jumping for about 2 years or so, and I put in a lot of time. So I would consider myself a veteran of jump rope too. So it's got it's got the dual meaning. So jump rope veteran in the sense that I've deployed to a combat zone and I'm still serving, and veteran in the sense that I'm not an expert at jump rope, but I feel like I'm good enough to be able to put out the videos and advise people on how to jump rope and the best jump rope for them and things of that nature. So it looks like I got on here late, but if you have any other questions about anything, feel free to put them in the comment box. I can stay on for probably another 15, 20 minutes since I had some technical difficulties out there, but we can discuss jump rope, anything on your mind, anything you have questions about. Yeah, we actually do have t-shirts. My wife makes the t-shirts that I have. I can show you. She's good with the Cricut machine. But these are the ones that I wear. These are the ones that I wear for the workout sometimes whenever I'm caught up on my laundry, since I go through a lot of laundry. But yeah, they got the man. That's actually me right there on the front, and then on the back, the bigger logo. So we can make those. My wife can make those. She's very good with that kind of stuff, with the logos and the art and putting it on the t-shirt. And these have been washed plenty of times. I've worn these, all of them. I think I have like 5 or 6 of them. I've worn them all a bunch of times. So if you're interested, they should be up on the website on jumpropevet.com. Yeah, we can do XXL. We can do double XL. At this point, we haven't gotten the website. I got to work on the website a little bit, but we can, because we have Venmo, PayPal, Cash App, all that. You don't really need to get on websites much and make transactions anymore, especially if you have a smaller business. You have more of a personal relationship with people. You can just make it happen that way. So if you want a t-shirt, you can just send me an email at jumpropevet@gmail.com, and then we'll work out all the logistics from there. Yeah. But I guess I have some questions. Let's see, are you still only eating one meal a day? Yeah, that's a good question. Yeah, I normally, at this point, I do eat one meal a day. I've been, ever since I think it was around when COVID-19 started having a real impact, I started going back to eating once a day. Now, even on the weekend, so 7 days a week, I will go at least 20 hours without eating. But I've been doing intermittent fasting. I've been doing the intermittent fasting at least 16 hours every day since January 2018. So my body is pretty well used to it. But yeah, what I'll do is I'll show you what I do with the eating one meal a day. The way I keep track of it is I have this app. It's called Zero. I don't think you can see it from here, but the app is called Zero, and basically it gives you a time. You start your fast and you can end your fast. So you don't have to worry about the last time you ate. The app keeps track of it for you. All you have to do is just press the clock. But I found that the first time I started, I had already been doing intermittent fasting, and I read this book called Team of Teams by Stan McChrystal. He's a retired 4-star general, and Stan McChrystal had been eating one meal a day since he was in his early 20s, back when he was a platoon leader. And he still does. And I think he's in his mid 60s now, and he still eats one meal a day. And the reason why I eat one meal a day now is just because eating takes a lot of energy. It really does. The digesting everything through your body, that takes a ton of energy. Now, when I start eating, I'll take a look at my heart rate. My resting heart rate right now is 50 beats per minute. So I'll go all day without eating. It'll be about the 20 to 21 hour mark. And then once I start eating, about 5 minutes after that, my heart rate will go up to like 65 or 70. And I'll watch that on my tracker here. That's a testament to how much energy it takes for your body just to digest food and just to eat the food. And so the reason why I eat one meal a day at this point is because eating takes a lot of energy. It takes a lot of time. And also, it's better for you. It's better for your body if you give it a break from undergoing the digestive process. Fasting has been around since the beginning of time. People have been fasting forever. I mean, even Jesus fasted for 40 days. And I think Mahatma Gandhi fasted. I think he did like a 39-day fast back when he was still alive. And so fasting has a lot of benefits. It really does. And eating takes a lot of time. I can get more done during the day by just not eating. I'll drink black coffee, maybe 1 or 2 cups of black coffee, seltzer water with a little bit of apple cider vinegar in it, and water, plain water or water with lemon juice. And I can tell you, I feel a whole lot better. I feel a whole lot better by not eating 3, 4, or 5 times a day than I do if I just eat one meal a day. I feel so much better just eating one meal a day or eating 2 smaller meals at the end of the day. So that's my take on it. I don't know if the intermittent fasting works for everybody, but it has really worked for me. It's probably the best decision I've ever made from my health standpoint. It keeps you lean, it keeps you in shape, and it really keeps your body healthy. Let's see. How's your back after so many parachute jumps? Yeah, that's a good question. I only have 5 jumps. I have the minimum amount of jumps to have to wear the Army parachute badge. So yeah, I only have 5 jumps. I don't really plan on doing any more jumps. That's really all I wanted to do. I know a lot of people that have hundreds, and it does do some damage to your back. I've met some people that have a lot of back problems after doing a whole lot of parachute jumps, and that I really wasn't too interested in that. So I did the 5 to be able to say that I made it through airborne school and to conquer my fear of heights, to be able to jump out of an airplane. And it was a great time. Probably the best Army school that I've been to was airborne school. Definitely. Great school. And it was good to go back to Fort Benning. That's where I started my military career. Yeah, once a day, I can go back to eating one. I think I covered the eating one meal a day, but I'd say that if you if you're not doing intermittent fasting, it's going to be difficult just to eat one meal a day right off the bat. I think you want to go to the 16-hour fast and the 8-hour eating window. I want to say I did that for over a year before I ever ate one meal a day. The longest I ever went was 18 hours, I think, without eating beforehand. So I probably could have done it before that, but I trained my body beforehand. So you don't want to, with anything like this, with the major change with your health and your fitness, you don't want to just dive right in. You want to ease into it because you want it to be sustainable. That's the most important thing. I know a couple people that said that they'll eat regularly. They'll eat like 3 or 4 meals a day, and then they'll do a 24-hour fast once a month. And I don't know if that's really all that beneficial because you're not getting the benefits. You're not getting the consistent benefits. One 24-hour fast a month of in the midst of a month of eating 5 times a day isn't really beneficial in my view. But I'm not a licensed nutritionist, so I mean you don't have to take what I say at face value, but that's just coming from my experience. Do you take a break from the fasting for special occasions? Yeah, absolutely. So for of course for holidays, for I mean there might be a time when let's say you're going to your boss's house for dinner or for lunch or something like that. Obviously, you're not going to. I mean, at least for me, I wouldn't say, "Hey, sorry, I'm not eating right now." I would know that I would be going over to his or her house, and I would make adjustments based on that. So you don't want to let it. You don't want to let it get to where it's make putting you in a situation where you're going to be antisocial or you might hurt your position in life. But how often do you go over to your boss's house for dinner? Probably not very often, probably once a year or once every 6 months. So that's the good thing about the fasting and eating healthy in general, but the fasting mainly because you can do the you can do a month of 16/8 or one meal a day, and then you can have that one day where it's only been 10 or 12 hours since you ate because maybe you go to your boss's house or maybe you go to your family's house for a Thanksgiving dinner or something like that, and then you can do what you need to do in your schedule to account for that, or you can not do anything and just have a regular meal. It's up to you. But the thing is that all the work that you did coming up to that is not all that is not going to be derailed because you had one unhealthy meal at Thanksgiving or Christmas or the holiday that you celebrate at that time. So yes, I do make concessions for family events, for anything that I think is important enough to make a concession for. That's a good question though. Yeah, that would be I think that would be cool. Maybe one day at the TED Talk. I actually read that book, the TED book by Chris Anderson. I think he's the CEO of TED. Good book, pretty easy to read. But yeah, that would be a cool experience to do one of those talks. The plans for the channel in the future. That's a good question. I think someone asked me that question the other day. It's a great question. I think that the way I look at it is I look at the analytics, the videos that come out, and I see what videos people like or what seems to be the videos that bring the most value to people. And it looks like the reviews are very popular because I think the reviews people like them because it helps them make decisions, especially when people are new and they don't know what kind of jump rope to get. So the reviews, I'm going to continue to do reviews, and I think that the live workouts add a lot of value to people. But my way of thinking about the channel is this, and about jump rope veteran in general, is that my bottom line is that I want to help people reach their full potential from a health and fitness standpoint. And as long as I keep my thinking based on that, as long as that's my bottom line, then I think that things will go okay. As long as my focus is on helping people, on adding value through to other people's lives through jump rope, I think that that's the most important thing. So I think that what you'll see is the product reviews, the workouts, I think that I'm thinking about going into some food reviews as well, some grocery store, maybe some these are the foods you should eat, these are the foods you shouldn't eat, bringing specific foods that I eat onto the channel and reviewing them, talking about why I eat them, stuff like that. But the other thing is that I'm always looking for feedback from the audience, from everybody who's tuned in here and people who watch the videos. So if there are videos that you would like to see me cover or topics that you would like to see me cover, just let me know and I'll add that to my list because I keep a list of all the videos that I'd like to do. So I think that that's a great question, Robert. I think those are my plans. But really the plan is just to have fun and continue putting out putting out information that is going to help people. I know back in 2018 when I was overweight and I had high cholesterol, I didn't know what to do. And I started googling things and I found some stuff that helped me out. So that's what I really want to do. And if people are in a position where they're in really good shape and they just want to maintain, then my goal is to help them maintain. Yeah, definitely the 4 or 5 pounders from Crossrope. Yeah, that is on my list to review to try. But my main thing here on this channel is, and this goes back to the last question, is that I try to purchase all the products myself so that way I give honest reviews so that way it doesn't seem like someone's paying me to say this or say that about their product. So that's definitely, James, that's definitely a review that I'm going to be doing in the future once I can get my hands on one of the heavy ropes that Dave Hunt put out at Crossrope. Yeah, the breakdowns of footwork. Yeah, that's a good point. I haven't done a lot of those videos zooming in on the footwork, so I will definitely do that. I remember we started that back at the park back about a year ago when the videos first started coming out. But yeah, I'll zoom in on the footwork a little bit more. I think that's a good point because the footwork is really the key in jump rope. Definitely. So thank you for that feedback, Robert. Let's see. Yeah, I think let's see. Yeah, the slow motion too. Slow motion, I think, is probably the best way to learn how to do jump rope. Though the way that I learned is by looking at videos on YouTube videos and slowing them down to 0.25 and seeing all the intricacies of the movement because the devil was in the details and the way to there could be one small thing that you're not doing when you're having trouble with a move and then if you can see it being done especially in slow motion then it makes it easier to replicate that and to be able to do it for yourself so the slow motion footage is definitely a keep. All right, I think if you have more questions you can go ahead and ask them. We can probably take this out I'd say another 10 minutes or so, unless people have some more questions. And then, yeah, local radio station. I think that'd be good. I think that'd be good. I don't know. I don't really listen to the radio too much around here, but I think that, yeah, that'd be cool. I know that I'm doing an interview with Punk Rope with Tim Haft and Punk Rope. He just sent me an interview. He does a lot of good things over there. If you haven't checked out, excuse me, if you haven't checked out punkrope.com, Tim Haft, he runs a good organization over there. He and his coworkers or his business partners they're in New York City and they do a lot of good things in their community over in New York City. Yeah, he did. I saw that he did some radio interviews. Nobody's reached out to me about that yet, but that's okay. I think I've been in the paper, that paper clipping right there on my thumb right there. I've been in the paper one time, which was cool. That was a little long time ago. But yeah, if somebody asked me to do an interview, yeah, I'll do an interview about jump rope and all that stuff. That would be cool. But I'll do that interview with Tim Haft and send that in. So if you haven't checked out punkrope.com, you can check them out. They're a really good company, and they charge a fair price for their jump ropes. Yeah, feel free to ask anything that's on your mind. Yeah, probably Buddy Lee. Buddy Lee's probably my favorite. He's the one that Buddy Lee, watching a video of him, I had before I watched a video of him, I had no idea that you could do anything with jump rope other than just jump over the rope. I had no clue. And when I saw him, I was inspired. I was inspired immediately, and I said to myself, I want to be able to jump rope like that one day because it looks like a lot of fun, and it looks like it can get me in pretty good shape. So Buddy Lee, hands down, and he's so quick that I have to slow it way down just to see what exactly he does. So Buddy Lee, I don't even think there's anybody else. I mean, I think Nick Woodard is pretty good. Well, actually, he's a very talented rope skipper, but he does a lot of the backflips and stuff. That's not really my style. He has a different style with jump rope. Not to put down his style or anything, because he's fantastic. He's a very talented guy. But I watch him sometimes because he's just so acrobatic and talented. But Buddy Lee is more my style, I think, is the quick jump rope sprints and all that. So Buddy Lee, hands down. And also, I don't know if you've heard of him, but Nate KG. I can't remember his last name. He's got a long last name. I watch him on Instagram sometimes. He is a very talented jumper as well. So he's been jumping for a long time. I think since he was probably in his probably in his teens. But yeah, he's very good. Absolutely. So Nate KG is really good. So I'd say Buddy Lee, Nick Woodard, and Nate KG are probably the three people that I watch the most. Yeah, I mean, I the different locations. I don't now. I'm not really sure if I have, since I'm still moving around. We're still moving around. I kind of have to go wherever the army says. But to your question, I think that yeah, traveling would be great one day. That would be a cool thing to do. Would be to be able to travel with this channel, but that takes time. I think it takes time, but I think it'll get there one day. So yeah, I went to Las Vegas one time a couple years ago, and the temperature, the climate out there is really nice. It was hot, but it was a dry heat, so I enjoyed it. All right, I think that I'm gonna have to sign off here. Again, I really appreciate you tuning in, and I appreciate you bearing with me while I had problems with my microphone and I had problems with the YouTube live. I tried to schedule it, and then it ended up just not really working all that well. So from now on, whenever I schedule a YouTube live, I'm not going to schedule it on YouTube. I'm just going to send out the time and just press the go live button, because yeah, that didn't work so well. But that's just how you learn. And I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Yeah, that's how you learn, and by trying new things and seeing what works for you. So, yeah, thanks, Robert. I appreciate you tuning in. Devin, thanks for tuning in. James, thanks for tuning in. I really appreciate your support. Thank you, Mom, for tuning in. I appreciate it. And I'll be back online tomorrow. I might have to start earlier tomorrow because I'm starting up my new course online tomorrow. So I think it's going to end up being 7 o'clock Eastern time, AM tomorrow, because I need time because I got to start class at 9. So I'm going to change up the schedule a little bit, but definitely follow me. If you don't follow me on Instagram or Facebook, follow me on there. That's how I put the news out about the workout times and everything like that, and about the channel in general. If there's anyone on here that hasn't subscribed, make sure you hit the red subscribe button and hit the bell icon so you'll be notified of whenever I drop a new video. And you can always hit me up with an email at jumbrovet@gmail.com. I'll be sure to answer you. And again, I really appreciate you tuning in. I appreciate you subscribing and supporting the channel. It means a lot to me. When I first started this channel, I had a good feeling I'd get to 1,000 subscribers, but I knew that it would take a lot of work, and I knew that it would require people who were very loyal and people who would watch the videos. So I really appreciate you tuning in and continuing to come back. If you have any more ideas about videos, I got the footwork, the slow motion ones. If you have any more ideas about any videos, be sure to shoot them my way. And yeah, that's what I have for today. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully we'll have another one of these whenever the channel hits 10,000 subscribers. All right. Until tomorrow, stay healthy, stay safe, jump rope to freedom. Peace out.